Hi everyone. I know this will probably sound different, maybe worse than a regular podcast episode because I'm using a different mic. I'm using my small mic for my camera because I can't be bothered to film on my computer right now. I'm in bed filming this, and I just want to say welcome to Big Girl Brunch February episode. I am actually late into filming this. It's the last week of February. And I'm just really pushing myself to do this so that I don't break my streak. I'm sorry, you will also probably hear background noises as I speak because my mic is not as good as my regular mic. I'm just trying to experiment with the form and the mode as of now. So let me know if you like it or not. This is probably worse quality for those just listening, but the camera is better, so you win some, you lose some. But yeah, I February has gone by so fast and I didn't even realize. So I am filming before February ends, hoping to be able to upload this. I probably will do only minimal editing so that I can upload it on time before February ends and I don't break the podcast streak. So, how are you guys? You'll hear the sounds of our neighborhood, and maybe that's beautiful, maybe that's annoying. We'll see. But how are you guys? I've been busy. My hair is different again because I bleached my hair and colored it. In the span of maybe a month ish since the last time I talked to you when I filmed that podcast, I got dengue. I went to Baguio for our team building thing at work. I got promoted ish. My job description changed, but maybe that's for a later episode because we're still figuring that out in the office. Uh, my partner also got dengue. We celebrated their anniversary with dengue. I was the one who had dengue first, and then him. And then what else happened? Celebrated Valentine's Day. I went to the Court of Appeals to support my workmates. Just a lot of random things. Watched a play yesterday, which means I get to check a bingo goal. So yeah, those are the things that happened. I think the significant things. I also performed in Jabber, which is a storytelling event. We had a reading of a script that I wrote about the white lady in Baleta Drive. And I had dengue and I didn't know. So wear off and light katol because it's the dengue outbreak is really bad. Anyway, so I think that I had trouble filming this podcast because one is it was busy, and two, I couldn't think of a podcast topic that I liked. I should look for the list that I have of people requesting podcast topics. I don't know where to find it. I don't even know if that list actually exists. Maybe you can comment them down below if you have any requests because I really can't remember. But yeah, I had difficulty because I didn't know what to talk about. One of my top choices was how to manage your money when you're in your 20s. But I don't know if I'm qualified to do that. I guess I don't need qualifications, but I don't think I'm ready to talk about it yet. Maybe in a few months. Another option was planning for our Japan trip, which is going to happen this year, but we're also not super set on that yet, our plans. So I want to tell it when they're more fully formed. So I landed on a topic that I've been wanting to talk about but have been postponing for years. and it's about body image. So, trigger warning, we will be talking about the body. We will be talking about body image issues, body dysmorphia, maybe the desire to be skinny, etc., etc. So, like disordered eating. So, if that triggers you or makes you uncomfortable, please wait for the March episode instead, or watch the January episode, or any other episode other than this. I guess also as a disclaimer, I may withhold some details about my experience just because I'm not entirely comfortable putting all of it out on the internet, but I also do want to talk about it. So, okay. I have my points here on my phone. So, skinny is back. Everyone is getting skinny again. Everyone's talking about Ozempic and cardio and eating healthy, etc., etc. And it's been triggering. And you might think why? Because in reality, I don't live in a fat body. I don't live in a plus-sized body. I used to identify as a mid-sized woman, but I lost weight, and I don't think I'm that anymore. Technically, I am skinny, but not skinny enough is a thing. And maybe you're looking at this and you're like, what do you mean you are? And maybe that's just, we just don't see ourselves properly, I think. So anyway, let's do a rundown of my relationship with skinny and health in my body. Because I think talking about this necessitates that history. I never really felt skinny in my life until a few years ago. And I don't know if that's just my head. Because when I look back at pictures, when I felt I was overweight or I was fat or not skinny enough, when I look back, I was like skinny. So, my family's here, so if you can hear them, I'm sorry. I don't have a real studio or anything. This is all self-produced, so you get what you get. But yeah, as a young kid, I was often called chubby or malaman or meaty, if you don't know what malaman is. And whether it was true or not did not actually matter. People told me that I looked that, and I was like, oh, so should I not be that? And that just kind of spiraled into what I am today, but we'll tell more stories, I guess. Even when I got a bit skinnier, I guess, or leaner at 7 or 8, I was still so conscious of my stomach specifically not being flat. Imagine being 7, 8, 9 years old and worrying about something like that. Is that not diabolical? I don't think I ever had a flat stomach in my life. And some people, I think, are just built like that. But I think even at my skinniest in recent years, my stomach was never really flat. And that's just how it is. I just don't think you're ever supposed to worry about that. I also remember we were taught I think 10 years old. Someone taught us that if you cross your legs while sitting on the floor and then you start like spinning around, it will make your tummy flat. And I would do that every day for months during the summer when I was young. And it just never gave me a flat stomach. And I thought to myself, what am I doing wrong? In the intermediate grades, teachers would comment about how you gained weight during the summer, etc., or how your body changed, and it would make me really self-conscious when they did that. And today, I don't think that will fly with parents. I don't think that's appropriate for teachers to be making, or honestly, anyone else. So, yeah, it was something that was, I don't know, it was just a part of the culture before, at least in our town. And, you live with it. I didn't think so seriously about it before. But, when you're trying to trace back where it all came from, you're like, oh, so that was weird that my teachers like would comment on that. And then when I was in high school, I would try to diet sometimes, like no rice or I don't know, just egg or something. It wasn't so bad. I mean, I shouldn't have been doing that because I didn't actually need to, but I was. I think it was also because I had really, really chubby cheeks when I was younger, like in high school. It looked like I was a chipmunk. And that's just genes. That's also just how younger people look sometimes. It's just that. It's not something complicated. I wasn't obese or anything. So I don't, it's so frustrating to me now looking back because I didn't have to worry about any of that. I was I was always so aware of what I looked like in specific clothes. I didn't want to wear tight clothing because I thought I looked bad. And I shouldn't have been thinking of that at 15, 16, or even now. I shouldn't be thinking of that. And then in college, I gained more weight just because I was getting older, and then I also have PCOS, and then it's also different food, and it's just growing up. And at that point, I think I was at my heaviest, and I think I was mid-size already at this point. And yeah, I wasn't really happy about it because, again, I've always been self-conscious about my body. And I didn't know what to do. I wanted to be skinnier, but it wasn't an overwhelming thought. And then during the pandemic, I had a chance to lose weight because I was just at home. I did the Chloe Ting challenge and then kind of spiraled. I know girls who did that Chloe Ting challenge get it. It's just I don't think it was Chloe Ting's fault entirely, but it just opened Pandora's box for me. And I got so obsessed with weight loss and just calories in food, and it was bad. I think I was my skinniest in 2021, end of 2021. Well, one, because I think I was super depressed about the pandemic and just stressed with school. And then two, I was obsessed with calorie counting. And honestly, if you're not an obsessive person and if you're not obsessed with your body image, it's a helpful tool, but it is not for everyone. And I really don't recommend you go that rabbit hole if you're like, oh, maybe it's good to be obsessed. No, it's not. Like, you'll always be thinking about food. And thankfully, I got through that. I think I mostly recovered from the disordered eating because I was with my partner already, and they love food, they love eating. And obviously, I do. And I always have. But I kind of suppressed that because of my disordered thinking and eating. But yeah, thankfully I found a way to curb it, and I found joy in eating again. I've gained back some weight since then, but that's good because when I was at my lowest weight, I felt like I was gonna pass out all of the time. I was losing so much hair, and I just didn't have any strength. And not just because, like, right now, I'm not the strongest person. I don't have a lot of upper body or lower body strength. So basically, I don't have much strength, but I can. I'm a normal person. I can carry my backpack and stuff. But then it really felt like I was gonna faint if I push something just a little. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to acknowledge that I think there's an unhealthy thought developing in my head about being skinny again, skinnier than I am now, because everyone just seems like they're getting skinnier on social media. The relationship with my body is getting bad because everyone else looks so skinny and skinnier than me. And there's just so much of it. For one, a lot of Ozempic in Hollywood, which is supposed to be for diabetic people. And it seems celebrities are just taking it to be skinnier. And what's more frustrating is a lot of these celebrities were already skinny before, but now they're even skinnier because they're taking Ozempic because it is the Hollywood trend. And it just makes me think, it just made me think before na, oh, should I be getting skinnier? But I think, of course, that's not the answer. Of course, yes is not the answer to that. But sometimes the inner monologue is hard to fight. I know what the correct thing is. It's just hard to accept. There's also so many healthy what I eat in a days in on TikTok now, and it's just people eating the least amount of calories, and it's not good. There's also a TikToker posting about how she stays skinny while doing a desk job, and it's just her saying to eat the least amount of calories and showing what she eats, and it's bad. It's bad out here. Pilates also has gone popular again because it is associated with a really lean and skinny body in juxtaposition with weightlifting, which is associated with a bulkier body, which is not necessarily true, but that is just an indicator of skinny being back. Cardio is also really, really in. I see a lot of people running, and it's good. Like, you're being healthy, but I feel like a lot of that running is to get skinny or remain skinny. There's also a lot of people doing a lot of cardio in the gym, doing the Stairmaster, doing the treadmill for hours and hours. And sure, you're being healthy, but I feel like a lot of it is to be skinnier and skinnier. And, like the desire to lose weight and be healthy can be true at the same time. But I just feel like we should inspect our desires and the reasons why we do the things that we do in terms of health. And maybe we should also ask ourselves if we're posting things that are helpful or harmful. Because people have also not been ashamed about wanting a skinnier body even when they aren't obese or anything. And I don't know, a few years ago, that would have not been accepted as okay. I don't know if I'm just like the one thinking this, but that's how it feels. Local influencers have also been so open about their journey of losing weight when they're at a healthy weight anyway. Like, they just want to get really, really skinny. We don't have a right to tell people what to do with their bodies. But when you're an influencer and you're already skinny and you want to be even skinnier, what does that tell your audience? What does that say to younger people who follow you? What does that instill in them? There are a lot of popular terms now, like Barbie arms. There's this one video that really infuriated me, where she said she didn't need to accessorize or to pick a really good outfit because the outfit or the accessory was her Barbie arms. Is that not so upsetting? And everyone should love their body, but I think calling them Barbie arms and then telling them that that's the outfit, I feel like that's promoting something unhealthy. Skinny jeans are also back, low-rise jeans are back, and with this, the flat stomach as an accessory is also back. Jotox has also been really popular in the Philippines, and like, I guess, a bit of chin filler, where the goal basically is to have a V-shaped face. So you want your cheeks to be slim so that they can see your jawline, which has always been, I feel like the jawline being visible has always been a beauty standard, but it has gotten so bad recently. Like influencers have been posting about their Jotox journey. And again, anyone can do what they want with their body, but what is that promoting to your audience? I just feel like a lot of influencers run with my body, my choice a lot of the time. And then they promote these clinics, they promote these procedures without thinking of the consequences of that in relation to their audience, and even more so just the cultural zeitgeist. Like, what does that tell us we're getting if we're all getting nose jobs and we're all getting these Jotox thingies and the Botox thingies? What does that tell us about our thoughts on aging, our stance on the beauty standards, and how colonial and how close to whiteness they are, etc., etc. I think there are also expressions or terms that Filipinos throw out these days that tell us what the cultural landscape is in relation to the body. Like expressions like ang nipis, as in so thin, basically, right? And hugis bigas, as in the face is super small. These are compliments. And nothing is inherently wrong with them, right? But I think it just tells us what the collective desire is right now, and what the quote unquote body trend is. Basically, I am healthier than I was a few years ago when I was at my skinniest, but these trends and just the culture are making me kind of want to be skinnier again, and I need to acknowledge that, but I also have to fight it because I don't think it's right. I should just eat nutritious food and exercise as I see fit, and more so I should learn how to disengage with this discourse and just look internally what is best for myself. And I hope you can also do that for yourself. I know it's hard. Trust me, I know it's really, really hard, but I just can't go back. I can't go back to that because I don't want to be older and unhealthy, and I don't want younger kids. I don't want younger people who watch me and look at me, especially my relatives who are kids. I don't want them to look at me and learn unhealthy habits from me, you know? I don't want to be that person. So, yeah, thank you for watching this episode. That's all I really have to say. Just wanted to rant a bit, I guess, and just want to talk about this with you guys, because even if I sometimes talk about it with my friends or my partner, it's never this real or this intimate or this long. So just enjoy food, enjoy your life, have a fun time, and don't worry so much, because really, who cares? It's not that important. Thank you for watching this month's Big Girl Brunch episode, and I will see you guys next month. Bye! See you in March.